What's up, guys? Welcome to In a Nutshell. In this episode, I'm going to be doing Luluca and her artifact. They've been out for, is it about a week now? A little over a week. I don't know. They've been out for a little while now. We'll talk about how she's impacted the meta, where she's useful. Like, I didn't personally pull her. I tried. I wanted to use her in certain things. I regret going in so ham and not getting her. But even if I got her, I would have still regretted going in so much bookmarks on her. But that is what it is. I mean, her S3, scaling on it is, was it 0.9, I think I heard, which is not very good. It doesn't go up to max 100% decrease. So she's kind of a coin flip. You know, it's a good chance. It's weight on one side for you, but running her in a cleave and arena, yeah, it'll work at low tiers. She's not going to do much for you. I'm not sure what her base speed is. Terrible. So yeah, you want her faster than your cleaver. So for her to land her defense break, she's not going to do much damage because you need to put more speed on her than you would like another unit, like a Bologna. I think Bologna has more base speed than her. So she can be used with that in lower tiers of PvP. Like, she'll get you to Challenger probably. She might get you to Challenger 3, but after that, she's not going to be very useful. In PvE, she probably, well, I wouldn't even say she's a good farmer, because if you're autoing with her, you're going to be using her S3, and then every other wave, she's going to use that defense buff on herself that's completely useless when you're farming. It just makes it take longer. So I wouldn't even use her for that. Raid, she can be pretty decent in, I think. But there's, like, that's because I heard she's got good morale, like with Tamarin, and usually a unit has, like, Destina is a good morale unit. Iceria is a good morale unit. Charles is a good morale unit. You know, some units, they just are good with their morale. And I heard she's one of those. So if you're building a morale team to clear in less than 4 runs, then she's good for that. Or to farm Labyrinth. She would be good for that. But, like, Wyvern, I wouldn't say she's good in Wyvern. She can be used. Terranor Guard is just better than her as a defense breaker, period. Because he can do it every single turn. He has the same amount of chance, and he can do it every turn. And do it consistently, you know? He's easier to pull. Because he's pretty much free. And then, yeah. When you're autoing with her, she's just going to be using her S2, which gets dispelled. And doesn't do anything. And Banshee. She could be useful for Banshee, probably. I don't see why she wouldn't be useful in Banshee. And she could be useful in A11. But the thing with A11, like, you could stack buffs. It's not a big deal if the boss attacks more than once, usually. Because, like... So that's whatever. But... I don't know, she can be used. She's not the best unit in those places. Like, Bologna outshines her in every way for A11 and B11. And yeah, Golem, no. So yeah, she can be used there. If you pulled her, you can build her for that. It's not going to be optimal, but it'll work. But other than that, I don't see any use for her. I mean, she could be used in Guild War, I guess. In higher tiers of Guild Wars, she'll just get clapped. Arena defense, in higher tiers, she'll just get clapped. Like, I fought this dude that stuck her in there. She was 6-star fully awakened, fully geared, and she had skill ups. And that dude was a joke to beat. And then I saw him later, and she was not in his defense anymore. And he was like champion 2, I think, something like that. He was pushing up. And I think he finished like I was watching his name, and I kept checking in legend ranks for him, and he went up. I think he was top 50. I think when the season ended, or not when the week ended. So I just don't think she's great for PvP. I personally wanted to try her out with my boy Charles because she brings another debuff to the table. That, like, yeah, I could get that from Angelica or something, but she comes with a defense break as well. So I was thinking if I could speed tune that perfectly, you know, I'll have a defense buff on everybody, and she'll get up some defense breaks. My Charles, like I'll run C Armin on that comp too, and then my Charles has 6 buffs to hit defense breaks with. That's what I wanted to use her for. That's what I thought she'd be good for, but I didn't pull her. In the future, when a unit comes out like this, and I can only think of one thing that I want to try her for, or him for, I don't care how cool the unit looks. I might drop 100 bookmarks on it, see if I get lucky, and if I don't pull it, oh well. Because I went way too deep on her for no reason. I didn't even really need her. But yeah, she's just average. I'm not going to say she's bad. I'm going to say she's bad at certain things. But she can be used in certain areas of the game. Not optimally. There's a better unit for those situations, but that is what that is. As for her artifact, the hell? What is this? Oh, that's that. Where's it at? Spirit's Breath. Okay, yeah. This. Obviously the artifact's very good on her, but this just means you're going to be spamming that, like if you're autoing with her, you're just going to be spamming her S2 more and wasting more time. That's how I look at this for her. The only other mages it can be used on are both Dominials. C-Dom, I could see it being useful for. Probably pretty good on C-Dom, to be honest. Regular Dominial is just trash. Unless they do something about Reflect and make her more useful, then it's not like you shouldn't be using her for anything anyways. And then, okay, the whole Oxlots thing. People seem to think that giving Oxlots a 1-turn cooldown is this amazing thing. Because he can constantly push forward one unit. The reality is, it's not that great. Now, let me explain why. So obviously, yeah, this is the artifact we're talking about. Okay, let's go to Arena real quick. Now, I'm going to show you, like, I've been hit by a couple Sezcleaves recently. Okay? If Oxlots, right here, like, he didn't win, but if Oxlots had that artifact on, instead of Tagahells, that says would have done absolutely nothing. Okay? And then I got hit by, I think that's the same guy. I got hit by him up there. Let me check down here. Yeah, he hit me again, lost there. And this dude hit me. But you see the trend here? There's speed imprints there. You know why? Because Oxlots has a 103 base speed. Or 106. Oh, it's fucking low. 112. Right? Yeah, it's 112. I think it's 103 before Awakening. So yeah, it's 112. That's not very high. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not high. So these guys are running speed imprints to guarantee getting first turn, because you don't know how fast somebody is. Okay, generally in Champion, it depends on what you're attacking, but I see most people are around, they're getting more tanky stats. Unless it's a speed imprint team, usually they're around 230, 240. Like they don't go too much higher than that. I've ran into Guild Wars, some units at 250 plus. I have ran into some units in in Arena that are 250 plus too. It's just not common, because to get that fast, you have to sacrifice a lot of defensive stats. And if you survive, it's an easy win. So you just go in and survive, and you win that way. So that's why Sez needs these speed imprints. Running that artifact on him takes that away. There's other niche comps that you can make work, but bottom line is, if you're running offense with Oxlots, you need to run Tagahells. Whether that be on him or on another mage. The only issue with running another mage, you're going to miss out on a speed imprint, so you need better gear on your Oxlots to make him even faster, right? So you're going to be missing out on around 8 speed, which is very risky, considering his base speed isn't that great. So unless you can push your Oxlots above 250 with no speed imprints, like, you're going to want those speed imprints on your team. Meaning, you need to run your Tagahells on the Oxlots. You could do some other niche shit, like say you have ML Bale going first, and you can have him hold Tagahells and sleep everybody or something. or something like that. And then you can run like it that way, but what's the point? Like you're just making, you're just creating like, I don't know how to explain this. You're creating more risk that you don't need when you could just make your aux slots as fast as possible. Get your Sez up there, use the soul burn, kill everything. I mean, there's other comps you can run, but you need to be fast, period, if you're going to be using a Sez cleave. You get outsped, you lose. Like, it's just the way it is. And you can do aux slots with other characters like Wajashuri, Baiken, Luna, anything that has one-shot potential. You're still going to want a soul burn. And the soul burn, you're still going to need Tag of Hells. In PvE, you might be able to find some useful crap for that artifact. But you're going to have to manual, probably. Because aux slots isn't just going to sit there and spam. So if you want to sit there and manually spam and waste a unit slot just to make a unit go a little bit faster and have a permanent attack debuff, then essentially you're turning it into a 3-man team and you're just making one unit stronger, and it's not even significantly stronger when you could just run a different unit in that spot and have it perform a full role rather than just be a buff bot. So hopefully I kind of cleared up some shit about this artifact and why it's really not that great. I mean, I think it could be good on CDOM if you have CDOM, but you're going to be sacrificing some damage because usually you'll want to run some kind of different artifact to give her more damage, depending on what kind of team you're using her on. But if you want to constantly buff with her and use CR push with her over and over again, like, you're forsaking some damage. So if I were to rate this artifact, I'd give it like a 2 out of 5. Like, it's just not good. And people are going in on it because they see potential in it, but I'm gonna tell you right now that potential's not there. Like, everything's cool on paper and it's cool with theorycraft, but just leave it on paper. Like, you go out and try it, you're gonna realize you wasted a lot of resources trying to get that thing maxed out because it's not even worth it maxed out. And I'll stand by that. Etika's is just better. Period. Yeah. And another way to look at it, like, Etika's goes at the start of the turn. This artifact goes at the end of the turn. So say, like, it has to go at the end of... So Etika's, if you have a 2-turn cooldown something, it has 2 chances to proc. Like, I use it on my Bale. And my Bale has a 3-turn cooldown. So it has 2 chances. You get what I'm saying? Like, since it goes before, like, the artifact procs before my turn, not after my turn. So I just think Etika's is better, period. Because you have more chances to proc it. But yeah, like, the artifact is just nothing special. Like, if you run it, you're just gonna hinder yourself. And you're gonna wonder why you're losing, and that's why. It's because you're not running Tag of Hells and you're trying to cleave stuff. And that's just how that is. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. So there are my Luluca thoughts, and what I don't even remember the name of her artifact because it's irrelevant. But yeah. Like if you enjoyed. Dislike if you didn't. Comment why and tell me you didn't. If you think I'm an idiot, tell me why. I would love to debate that with you. But yeah. Subscribe if you're new. Peace out.